outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Wisemart Solicitors. For enquiries, call 02080 165 384. Mobile 07946 772 439. Call our 24/7 line on 07931 411 042. Address 8 to 9 Print House, 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, Dalston, E8 3DL. Overground stations are Dalston Junction or Dalston Kingsland. For buses, 67, 76, 149, 242 and 243. Wisemart Solicitors. For how be dying. Now be unse. Ahinifuchiniye ebidi de biye.
Atrema kasa dodo emfashema erade kaso na manya
Ghana for wa brotreha ya ti dene yenya emranimfo a won akwadare wo emranimu a poto kasa mu ye kasa a lawyer for entimi nuanom mumyemfa ye immigration ensem nyina enko dan wo mo. Wisemart Solicitors emranimu akukudrofo se watena ha che ombeboa wo ma wonsa ka won krata na se wedi edro nso a eyom kokokra eba ne nipa setena mu eni adwuma mu nsem bia omudimu akotene pa omu wo mre di mani pa bia. Wisemart Solicitors
always puts our clients' needs first. We specialize in all UK visa applications, detention and deportation cases, student and work points-based work permit applications from both UK and abroad.
Wisemart Solicitors also deals with
immigration law, family law, employment law, civil litigation, Ghanaian customary law, commissioner of oath,
long residence and human rights applications outside the immigration rules. Don't wait till last minute. Wisemart Solicitors. For enquiries, call 02080 165 384. Mobile 07946 772 439. Call our 24/7 line on 07931 411 042. Address 8 to 9 Print House, 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, Dalston, E8 3DL. Overground stations are Dalston Junction or Dalston Kingsland. For buses, 67, 76, 149, 242 and 243. Wisemart Solicitors. For how be dying. Now be unse. Ahinifuchiniye ebidi de biye.
Mamuna aha ewi UTN live ewo Hotdigitalonline UK ewi yamamo ha papa bibia wo bia nyame insurance no togo so many lawyer nanamwa of Wisemart Solicitors na Wisemart Solicitors lawyer for omo eboa yen e the community, especially say yen kratasem ye ban born nyama bebre e ba no employment law ene de keka ho na no na on de siomo nanso awmoboa ndi e ba ne say discrimination at workplace ni nano lawyer nanamwa ene na pamfo lawyer wisdom akaho of wise man solicitors we ocean live for YouTube, Facebook and online and all the portals we nya yen ewo ho mo fan chen na your technical problems kakra nti ye besre mo fitenura na ye nya problem kakra nti mo fan chen your technicians and everybody's now are working tirelessly to restore the situation back into ye besre mo se munye munya sutie mayen na ye this pacho e chopa kese ene de bremu ewie ti bebi a wotie bia ukọ YouTube, Facebook and online portals obenya yen mene lawyer nanamwa of wise man solicitors ewie ye the immigration sensem no brew and then nsem wo ho nkomo wo ho nti nwa waso ne tie ye di nkomo na so betumi afre na wo how bia wise man solicitors ebehwe na waboa obi wo ho na obe obefre radio so eno so wo ho nti the numbers betudwa na unya mira wa frɛ lawyer no we book appointment ko consultation fee eno ye number 1 priority ukwa na one lawyer nanamo a edi nkomo na ayo consultation kama na gese no ye tradition na custom dey say uni mama mira onse amamre tradition goes on ewie many lawyer nanamo a say me di kan wise man solicitors omo the penthouse 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, Dalston, London, EH 3DL on 077 375 72905 077 375 72905 and 0208 016 5384 0208 016 5384 until Wisepan Solicitors omo ena yeni omo bedi dwumedi sonko efano immigration system until me man la na namo akwaba
yenua
na what is say
nyame adom
bia boko
nyame adom ho ye pa
okay edwuma mu
yesu adom edwuma mboko bia ho ye menam sa kwan so fa e de nchi afi wasma ebra mu nyina adofo nyina wotie yes amre
okay na wotwe ye wie by efa immigration system ho de
yo ebio no mansa enda nyame ase e wa bambo kese a ode abo ye nyina ya ho ban ye easy easy say obeda no wasan sorry we don't deserve it's not by our righteousness or our faithfulness but by his grace by our mind or our wisdom we will say by our right it's not by our right but it's by his grace that has sustained us up to this time say we call NHS na ya kase be ma report as to those people were unable unfortunately pass out on this earth for this 1 hour right you see say nyame anyway di ni papa who say na nyame enine nti ye da nyame ase
yenkita yenkwa
debi eno na job e koyense hu a okubise nyame question there dey be say na wo timi dodo e wo so utmi kan wonu na dodo wonu ododo emra me bo wias na wo he ba ni nyina hu no aseda na de be manyame se onhwe ye bone ne yemumuye na mo adom no ebekoso saa o de adom ye ye gidi se saa adom na samre ye ma me so me ka hotefo eho amprempre ene ahotefo ebedi nkomo ti ye nam saa kwan so de nyame ase esan de aseda kese ema yen etiefo a ena ahwefo a woretie ye se de nyame dim echiamu nyina wo bibia mo wo bia
Lawyer na mo na tene kanu o chese enye ye pe ene ye ne miase ye nyame na dom bi ene wadom ye nti wapon ho kakra ma ye wonye usore na woda na usore na kesa asedan kuto na odema otwedi apo nye wo nka wa honden nti eno so eno no awe lawyer nsema ewo ho ewi free wakachi ene edwuma ni de kokko so rehwe na wo hwe yuremia UK de woman and Sakrabia yeah one Sakrabia or the man na tie fa mo tie no benya live for YouTube, Facebook and the online portals, and also say we call other portals obenya yen e wo ho Hot Digital and out it na
yo say emre bi etwe mu no abandon sakra kakra e buy from statements of change, you know. Na ni nyina no the date effective date in a year juma aha ebi no abante duso a na tam no so a ne asa etia manfo na so bio aka wo says amre aba wo say emre ba ya wo say brief partners and dependents na what one can fee waiver entitlement no ho kan no no mo nka ho enti no omunyansa mu nso obi a ogina ne yere ana ne kunu so no wabakru mu ha na nyame afra no wewu a sika pen no betimi di ayen application so person or train or review or renew an application sika pen no betimi enya because new depend on so no sebi wewu ebi a no so ye adwuma enti home office onyansa mu no na wode nsakra ba say efi on the 9th of October 2024 that's the effective day date brief partners and dependents they are now inclusive in terms of fee waiver entitlement and it's help say brief partner and as a dependent now open say will renew your visa and after your leave okunu okunu yere ewu oyera okunu ewu emma o papa ewu and also all these people are part of it. So if do so now follow within that category now person will renew your visa na sikemu no wa hode ne enso a fee waiver akwenya o kan no they are exempt from they are excluded yes but they say no they are included into what the one account sorry into it take effect from 9th of October last week and I take effect and there are some child registration so oba on say kwan bebre ho a mofra fa so a wode nya wo British passport the dimu pa no true registration ye whereby tama wo abofra no na ena na eja no omunya anwa tetena ye enti na echi na abofra na da so ya abofra na enja emu ba ko benya ana se omienu benya no se eba ne sa na abofra no so wakonya se eso utiminya ne British passport na kwan a onya no se ye friend registration na sa registration sa wo ya application ema mofra no a na o submit a home office a request the parent consent parent consent say say awofo bie ni nyina no actual letter ma catch the home office ya print so ya ma nkwan say ya ma no application o ye no ye tachi na ono no eto de bia na koy problem because e bia na awari ni mu no de bi kakra wo ho nti bo nso okunu no etwetwen ne naase anaase e bia wareje ha aba nti afi na oyere ne kohwehwe okunu ne chi kwan na o consent to that application or letter na sign ni nyuma na ema ha bebre eyi na nsakraya aba se sa consent the parent consent letter na award eka application no say no nwe yefi ho enye mandatory enye mandatory enti say opese wo ya application na awofo no betimi a consent to it in that's fine na mo no say omo consent to it it's not mandatory say onu ntinu yentimi mfa application yentimi attend to make a decision on application no work as and refuse because of that because they do say sometimes yes and anasa want na abofra no and the right of acquiring the British citizenship and you know when you say I think it's a very good way particularly whereby you have family whereby there's a disintegration in the family. And you know, Obama no ko aka obi akonwe aka enano ne mofra no wo ho na mofra no so pese oye ne naturalization na obeye we registration na obeye ne British we afi na yekohwehwe eba ne sa na yekotu ebusua panyin na ode njuatoa akopacho se ne be obesan na yesa sa na emenyina na create problem in the wisdom of the home office on say sa de na emwa enti no woyi ni nyina afio enti obi a oyi application ana section 13 ana section 13A ana section 14 no munyina no sa mandatory requirement ewo ho no parent consent letter na isa wo chro no se se yi na afio that's it eche enye se eche because one fan kwa na ke say endimu into application other some make say yeah invalid and as some be refuse the create problem pa until say no if you which is very very good say yes shannon so e wo ho so this is the update am say ye dey ma amanfo anopay
okay yati ye that's royal namwa na ene no wa he wise smart solicitors ye di kan say ye be shasi owo bibia obetumi so afre ye di nkomo bebre ya fa visa ho nsama ya kotwi kobema passport aye dada na viet ni ade bom sakra ye so ye no time limit no ye obeye transfer from one state to another and obey migration ni na no lo na ma chichi ma dia akon kakran abon tofa e dey do pepensui and the time is getting closer and this we visa no unnim hu ma chia lo na mo a e wo ho wo frɛ na ono be nhihye ni obehu wise man solicitors na won en wa go through kwai obetumi afa so transfer no time limit from there then you migrate to e-visa and no say na no wo ho like I say you need to change from the old status quo to a new status quo and no say yemfa call hello
good afternoon.
Yes, I'm one here.
FM Obiba
yo yenti Obiba jekiana
that was in the every Saturday munya madaje said Ghana and person visa lawyer say e-visa no mu say we are how long does it take and san or mama or answer obetimale to your passport.
Right, Obiba e-visa no so we are depending on individual cases. If you were now we are instantly no near more link say are you ready for viewing? If you were the next 2 days, if you were 1 month, if you were 3 weeks, if you were it varies. My yebia mobia instantly na eka say are you ready? Almost any link to email say are you ready so he can view it and date. We view it in our upload on the passport. We do so at 3 days time. We do so 4 days time. Until depending what matter most say. Oh yeah, we are. You better say what next. And you know, one guy say they will email you when the e-visa is ready for you to view it. And so what our advice will be just monitor your email address because that's the email now. Email now they create UK VI accounts. So you may now on the mount. Why?
Because Obi also were here for 1 month in.
Well, that's what I'm saying, sir. I cannot say specifically, no. Oh yeah, within seconds analysis, but okay. I have experience and based on the experience, now I make catch us. Will be timid, but instantly. Will be what 3 days. Will be what 1 month. Will be what 2 weeks. Will be what 3 days. For edidem.
Oh, okay.
We don't need to do anything. We don't need to worry about this.
Once you have submitted.
Once you have submitted, no, that is the most important. Don't forget that the e-visa will not take place until 31st December. So it's not something you have to rush and create a pressure on you, please. Why?
All right. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
We that's it. We must do the energy. Also, and then also bet me at 079 08443338. And then on the 19th of October 2024, and the many lawyer and I'm going to afa work visa route. And no bet me I'm our settlement in the UK and the Bruniacho say, can your work visa route settle you in the UK? And on some and you be doing como. We share a lot of skilled workers are normal ba na buwa na through nursing ne the keka other route or mobile. Can the work visa no ebe to me abom with me your settlement and until there and cheche muntimo amutie nie na also wadwinche bia wetum dia ba na opeso bi se bibi so a lawyer na namo a ewa ha and lawyer na namo ye hwe ye ka settlement na emremu no anasa immigration rules no dan na attitude.
Yo, me da say onum say wiase akwantum no wo tu kwan a butesi wani so.
No correct.
Butesi wani so say outcome of it nyina so wakodu bebi a opese wokọ. Na sa wonya sa abotai na wanhwe ni ya obakodu akwantufi na wasansan wechi. Sahara nso na ye fa ne say wo som mu anasa religion. Na awesome expectation say you experience both spiritual and the physical growth. Na ma wonya mensom nso akwa enim. E ma wonya enidaso say dachi salvation ya yere ka ho asem nkwaje nso benya bi. Na mo say wo sa asetrenim na sa ne ma nu nyina na endimu a na enkoni ya na chese say o sa atwe break na o hwe sahara no so na utu kwan na yemfa ne say okọ insanwom na afewa kupue ewo kaswa na chese asemaba because we ya yira kwan wa yira kwan no aha enti no very very important say emra yere prepare application ye pese ye ba UK ana ye wo UK ye pese ye tena ha no ese ubisa say application a wore ye no route na ye de wa to so no e de ubekọ afibo ana that is settlement ana indefinite say sa route na wo ye no entimi mfa wonko pe na ye say esa otwi break aha say entimi amfa wanko pe na ye say otwi break na you okay
hello about how to me
what do you say
Isaac Bania
you
okay but me person me bisa lawyer asemi lubi okay first one no me person me who say e-visa no say utimi ko ekobie view share code ni ne keka ho sa na ema no eno anu no ana ji se wo sa ye bibi foforo first one no and a second one so almost say 31st of December card ni be wu ana me bo okay e bi dey no who ko you share code ani ne keka ho a who ko online ya e bisa wo o biometric card number no na odi ahwem ansa na atinya bie ni na amawo e dey say after 31st December no na se card ni wu a who ko you share code a enti number be na wo be bo a betinya bie amawo a etinya ho share code no
okay
yeah
also there no ti focus obe church why
okay yo okay bye
yo so yeah Isaac Banier Isaac Banier okay so Isaac visa na a process it take way first of all no you have to go to UK via account one no create account until you bisa o tama wo BRP ni ebede ebewu na wapo ewo ho na bisa o ye fe na your date of birth na wasaba Into we are no one send a beba out to assess what confirm wo ID. Now, sir, at the work another process.
Okay.
Process no so another process na me ya you obeka say scanning wo BRP no both card no enim na echi nyina no obe scanning wo scanning a na afa system no na akom wo wie a na afa nso no wasa ka just scanning wenim na afa twa wenim so picture nti wo ye ni nyina one after the other processes no one after the other nti wo ye ni nyina wie ecosystem no ansa na obewie kura na oh yes wo the phone be try yes
now what
system in such a way say you have app
okay
and the app on what download wo ho na e de ko ono abeko straightforward enti no
there's a way in here laptop.
Oh, you can use your mobile phone.
You do it.
Oh yes,
okay.
Android, either Android or iPhone.
iPhone, okay.
Yes.
So yeah.
Wait me
okay. Simple.
That's it. Into we are the last portion answering security questions.
Oh, okay. Today we have security questions.
Security questions. Say security questions in Edorson. Now, 3 categories. And you know. One category is you have about 5 or 6 security questions. Into we choose back one no obey conversant with a bus will process now so you get your access to it. Besides what is the security question where obey me answer. If you are baby say Groben so na yewo. Groben so na papa no mama shia. Groben so in a
that's a country of nationality.
It's not country of nationality. It's a security question for your own way.
Okay.
Yes.
So
people say, what is your first car?
Okay.
Okay. What is your first school?
Okay.
And you choose the one applicable to you. And the first question no answer. People also be that we find out papa ya won wo ana ukunu din e the same ana say he found out your wedding bia fa.
Okay, your security.
Yes.
Okay.
Into one answer security questions nyina wi then you continue with the verification again. Then you verify. Then it asks you to submit. Into submit I will say Baba says submitted.
Okay.
Na fa he bibia eko na je say we bibia no. We another window be back at you say what next? What next na je say after the e-visa is ready no they will notify you through the email in which you used to create the account. Okay. So say we security questions na your final one before you submit. Until we ni nyina wie no one answer security questions na we submit here and call here. And as a share no so. In a PO no so no see there's a difference between the share code and the e-visa.
E-visa, yeah.
The e-visa no for say we are replacing the BRP card to digital system.
So that's when it's a transformation.
Yes.
Okay.
Share code no and so different thing. Share code no say no employer no ehia say for passport ana say ubra na we hwe. And this also all right to work there for our share code bra. Unto do share code mana obebo atoso. In the system be generate e be hu picture. The type of leaf or in a time ebewu. Ono no e wo ho. Home office am ayati as say after 31st December the e-visa is going to be in the form of share code, which means that digital. So in this case they are not going to give you a physical document for you to present.
So this is a digital system.
Yes.
Okay.
And you name how that share code code no it's not a share code. That code no either they will replace it with the share code or they will modify the share code and cover it. As at now nobody knows. But what we know is that
we have share code.
We have the share code, whereby the employers will.
For your perspective, you don't know whether there's going to be another share code or they're going to maintain the share code to be added to the e-visa.
That's it. What we know, we are being informed by the Home Office publication is that it's going to be digital. So they are going to give you a code.
A code, okay.
It is up to them to make it whether e-visa code
or the previous share code.
That's it. We don't know. until 31st December no answer now be you know don't worry yourself about code bear in after 31st December
You just wait.
it is all in the bosom of the home office.
Okay.
After 31st December they'll give us further direction as to what
that is further and better particulars.
as to what we and that's it. Why?
All right. That's good. So continue with where
yes
you stopped.
So it is very very important. So I'm making say application be bia no as I say who say application no e do be call settlement. There are certain application route be it doesn't lead to settlement. That's when I'm making say o person about UK. I say who say play now o fa no e do be call about UK. And I said o ko baby. So one hwe ni year o be so ra no pa asiesie ho ahye suit. Now udu kwan so a you be compared to where kaba. Sister say na be ya kaba no betimi de edu. It is settlement no we can the definition no in there basically is the terminology used by the Home Office to describe the legibility or the right of a person to remain in the UK without restriction.
Oh, okay. So,
with that restriction. So it's a terminology, a term. It is a. Okay.
Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon.
But your friend, my body.
Yo.
And I would be busa lawyer so kakra.
Okay.
We were indefinite na me wo ba Ghana and be say me kofa na. Sika say na me hia me every year answer be me kofa no.
Okay.
Question last.
So about Ghana. Or indefinite. You go so for the banner. Kwa be no be faso.
Oh, say
me give the year answer be me kofa no.
I say we there.
Sika be na say na me give the year answer be me kofa no.
Sika be na just a threshold no can.
Financial threshold.
Yeah.
Say about Ghana and alcohol. We don't need that financial. We call something adequate maintenance. A lot of calculation. And now we have to give you time now. And your time now ukra indefinite me boa. Okay. And to balance our definite and as a definite nasa.
Me wanna say me definite.
Yes, so yes, so in this case we can make application under paragraph 297. Now, your fair agent said there's a lot of requirement you have to. I cannot explain all the requirements. Yes, and upa with me after and as we call appointment in Waba office. Now, more details about it, and we don't need to meet that 29,000 threshold.
Okay.
What you need to meet is the adequate maintenance.
Okay, so that's the requirements.
For the financial adequate maintenance and accommodation, but we have to calculate. Yes, share usika awoje and wo expenses. It entails all. Yeah, it entails all.
Okay.
What number?
One number, yeah.
Okay, and yeah, friend. Why?
Okay, you're that.
Yes. So, as I said, in settlement, is the terminology used by the Home Office to describe the legibility or a right of a person to remain in the United Kingdom without restriction.
Okay.
Without restriction, and those who have settlement do not have to extend it or meet any particular requirement to maintain it.
Okay.
Right. So that's how the settlement is being defined.
Okay.
That's how the settlement is
defined. The settlement is that it's a grant being given to you
to live in the UK
without any restriction.
Without any restriction.
Okay.
So you can work without any restriction.
So it's like a leave of grants.
It is a leave of grant.
Okay.
Yes, it is a leave of grant to remain
in the
indefinite.
UK. Okay, so you live in the UK with this settlement
without restriction. Because there are certain leave, but there's a restriction on it.
Okay, but
this one, that's why it becomes settlement.
Okay.
So there's no restriction on it.
Okay.
Any leave and accompanied with restriction is not settlement.
Okay.
What do I say? It's not settlement.
So that one is bound on conditions. No conditions will say what but maybe I want to me here. We will to me.
So what ye clear yama was now ha near the condition etoso sa condition na abaso nintina there is no definite or settlement.
Okay.
It's subject to renewal on based on condition.
Okay.
Nemo say yama settlement there. The settlement is a leave to remain without restrictions.
Okay.
And you can do any kind of work. You can school, you can do anything.
Okay.
Whereby there's a condition, even one condition say, and say, would you benefit na settlement?
Okay. Because not is only entitled.
Yes. So settlement no a condition free.
Okay.
A condition free.
Okay.
And that describe the eligibility of a person to have a right or ability of a person to live in the UK without restriction. I have a ball.
Okay. All right. In the law and I'm menenu wise man solicitors. Very kaka so much fine. The print house. I know Dalston. 18 to 22 Ashwin Street, Dalston, London. E8 3DL. E8 3DL. Echo 8 3 Delta Lambo. And that's a line. Now, numbers near 077 375 72905, 077 375 72905, and 0208 0165384, 0208 0165384. Lawyer Nanamwa and Menini Dinkoman. And I have shared the issue on settlements. Indefinite now.
That's an interesting question.
Interesting
question.
Indefinite.
Is the Home Office previously used the term indefinite?
Indefinite. Leave to remain.
Leave to remain.
Thank you.
Indefinitely leave to remain. They previously used that term.
Okay.
But recently they've changed to use the term settlement.
Settlement, okay.
Right.
Okay.
So basically, they are all the same.
They are all the same, okay.
But your question here is that is settlement an indefinite?
So this is different from
yes. So say a settlement na indefinite. The word indefinite is a afibo. Probably any ho untimi nka ho hwe onye wo de amamia na say.
Exactly.
It's like getting your British passport. Me a British, me a woman. But having a British passport, it's not absolute. A your discretion. So when you mess up,
but you go through a process.
When you mess up, that right to acquire the British passport will be revoked.
They can revoke it.
Yes.
Well, it is not entitlement. This is a privilege.
It is discretion.
Discretion. Yeah. Okay. So.
Right. So it's settlement and indefinite. In theory. In theory, yes.
In the practical terms.
In theory, yes, it's indefinite.
Okay.
In practical terms, it's not.
It's not. Yeah, that's what I just want to know that.
In practical terms, it's not, because there are ways settlement can be lost. Now, let me give you some 2 or 3 ways. Even though you have your settlement or indefinite, but it's not indefinite. Now, if an individual absent he or herself from the United Kingdom and exceed a particular residential period now, so ni indefinite will not be indefinite. You may lose it.
Oh, okay.
What you say? So ukra indefinite now, under UK immigration rule, the residential requirement in HSA, you should not absent yourself more than 2 years.
More than 2 years.
Outside the UK.
Oh, okay.
Right?
So in case you haven't and you went to go and stay in Ghana for more than 2 years.
If you stay in Ghana more than 2 years, then your settlement is not indefinite.
Okay.
So you may lose it. You may lose it. If you are absent yourself from the UK or you exceed the registration requirement under the EU settlement more than 5 years now, your settlement is not indefinite.
Okay.
So the settlement can lapse, and the individual may either have to start their journey to settlement all over again,
Okay.
or apply as a returning resident.
So in this case,
What I'm trying to say is that in theory, settlement is indefinite. But practically, settlement is not indefinite.
Okay.
Because when you have indefinite leave to remain under UK immigration rule. Now, uko amanone, now spending more than 2 years, you lose that entitlement as an indefinite. When you have settlement and EU settlement scheme, now ufi UK, baby, more than 5 years, you lose that entitlement. That entitlement of indefinite lapses.
Okay.
In this case, you have to do another application called returning resident. Uber started everything due.
Okay.
2, settlement can also be lost if it was obtained by fraud.
Okay.
Or criminality.
So it borders on
yes. In the area, when you are indefinite, all right, indefinite settlement, indefinite. Now, more you hear no, quite how far so no, fraudulent.
So it falls under suitability.
Quite how far so fraudulent. But now, quite how so fraudulent. Even though your friend settlement is not indefinite, and now if for criminality, and now there are legitimate reasons for the Home Office to remove this status. In this case, legitimate reason could be say, what could din semboni bia abayinsa asomu the work to fiase for more than 2 years, more than 1 year.
Okay.
In this case, the Home Office award discretion. Say, you are indefinite no better obetrim. Na impono ye deporto. What you say? So yes, we have indefinite. We have settlement, but the settlement is not an indefinite.
Okay. Yeah, quite complex.
Yeah, the settlement is not an indefinite.
So in this case, has any of your clients, one of your clients, encountered this problem before?
Most of times, during the naturalization, that's where this thing pop up.
Okay. Right.
Because when we are doing application for naturalization, there's a lot of residential calculation. It's all calculated.
Okay.
Because and say ukura ultimate SCD more than 180 days a year. And answer ukura we no ukunya more than 2 years. And they be calculating if you exceed 450 days now, then you have to justify the reason why there. Me your OB application emano, I think the this week here na sena utututu kwana na nka papa twi break akra okon so anya so kodi 1 month o ebia 4 months 6 months no aba oche na so twi break akra because say emredu na ye upese o ye naturalizer na o get British passport o ye be calculate ni nyina if it exceed that duration period 180 within the year and now 415 now this want me and justify say either say
there were some circumstances I no buy idea no to my
comparing reasons be on until went me no bibi to say COVID time COVID no ye too kwine because of COVID no the ekokai e ma yetimi amba and now say ebia in this case, you have to substantiate with the fact evidence. And now say there's a comparison. If you bet me about secondment, maybe I Juma de etukwan in our copa, and as a ukwa manoni school and in your money. These are exceptional circumstances. other than this, no, a thing say home office, Becca say, your reason is legitimate.
Because you traveled and you should know the number of days so to meet when you are.
Yes.
Under this.
So that's why I can say, say, do indefinite now, indefinite, which is settlement, but it's not settlement, it's not indefinite.
Okay. It's not indefinite, okay, I understand.
Because when you breach any of the rules now, you forfeit it.
So, like, you forfeit your membership being an indefinite.
Because okra indefinite. Now, Ghana, who could do more than 2 years, you forfeit it. Unless you bring a reasonable grounds.
Yeah.
Comparison said, the NT Amico di Ghana 2 years. And I said, the NT Amico di me a you knew me settlement. Makotna 5 years. Makotna Amanon Europe. More than 5 years because Ebiana me yare because say. So when me explain that?
Let me ask you some quite interesting question in regards to what we are doing now. Now let me purport in an action where Obi Akotena Ghana when the person has acquired that indefinite for the 2 years exhaustion. Now you have to come and queue and right to retain residence. Has any of your clients
returning residents
has any of your clients engaged into this particular activity before?
No. We haven't experienced that.
Okay.
Because anytime now we advise them.
Okay.
You're
so
careful.
Free from it.
You're careful.
Okay.
You're careful. Because do you know what? When you are doing application for naturalization, they request all the previous passport you have traveled on.
Okay.
On my requesting na.
Okay.
Once on my calculation. In the calculation na say NCD there they will approve. Say NCD there they won't give it to you.
Okay.
So we always caution them, advise them. So this is the route. Upesa oko there. Yes, and yes, as na me can ube dress fe as your suit. Say oba ubedu kwem wan hwe be obeje makaba ahye ansa na betumi ato akwantu no so.
Only parables na woka. Okay.
Ina me nam kwa ho. E di sese kwem de ma ono.
How many days and months do you think it will be suitable for a person who has acquired this indefinite to stay outside jurisdiction? So
when you look at the general requirement for settlement, one aspect is that those applying as adult must meet the absent criteria of no more than 180 days per 12 months on the road.
Okay.
So 1 year, 180 days, 6 months, right?
Okay.
In the instance of OSCD 6 months, if you are outside the UK, holidays for 1 year, no, you shouldn't exceed that.
1 month plus.
Now, if it is 5 years, 450 days, and you shouldn't exceed it. But so far as settlement is concerned, you should not exceed more than 130 days per year.
Per year, okay.
That's one of the requirement for settlement. The other requirement, passing the life in UK test. Then the subsequent one, having passed the English language test, B1. So these are the basically 3 requirements for a person to meet to qualify for settlement. Ubet me meet life in UK test. Ubet me meet English requirement. No more absenteeism. The residential period. Say who meet here, you put yourself into trouble.
Okay.
So you put yourself in trouble.
So for that one, you have faulted. And basically, what you mean? I come back to life.
Well, at the back, Ghana for ye and say Ghana for debia your passport here.
Passport. So that's what they want to do.
Me just say, at the back, Ghana for Yamishira and say debia your passport here. because
ritual.
And because when we are making the application now, require say for a passport in Abra. What I'm check. And I don't want to and say Ghana for you to come and stamp. So there's a green, but you have to be careful. You have to be very careful.
So you are talking to now, currently.
Yeah.
We should avoid from what you are saying. Say we should stamp our passport.
I'm not saying that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying so.
Because the way you are saying.
No, I'm not saying. Missing Yami Neshira and say your passport no. Yeah, the choir. Yes, stamp.
What kind of intention? We say we are specific. Do we have to stamp our passport when we are traveling?
I don't work in the passport. No, I don't work in the passport office. Neither. But your friend.
Since you are an immigration lawyer, definitely it will come into your doorsteps. Say when somebody is trying to avoid stamping his passport by traveling, we should be cautious from avoiding such activity because one day it will be a problem. Tell us something.
It is the duty of the border force. If it is their wisdom, is the mandatory, they will stamp it.
Okay.
When you are going, they don't stamp it.
Okay, I agree.
But when you are coming, they stamp it. You ask them why. It is up to them to explain. So it is both advantage and disadvantage.
No, but you, in your perspective, how do you evaluate this? Because if they don't stamp it when you are traveling to outside from UK, no one stamp, no one stamp. What is the correlation?
Yeah, so me took 4 months. One stamp. Me na minim date a me de kwai. Me ba na wa stamp. Inti me kondra na me buy. What is your problem? What is the evidence?
Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
So you get what I mean?
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Say, nyame dum ye Ghana for your passport nyina ayira. Nyame so dum ye. Ye kwa ye stamp.
You said something in addition. Say we should be cautious.
We should be cautious in such a way. Say, and you dey be nyame be shira ye. Na your passport ayira. And you dey be nyame shira ye passport ayira. And you dey bia so na your friend one stamp ye we no.
Okay.
But the fact is that in relation to the settlement requirement, you should not exceed more than 180 days in a year, 6 months.
Okay, so we should try and adjust it.
You have to comply with it.
1 month, some few weeks.
For 1 month, 2 months, Nibia.
Yeah, it's better.
That's it.
Okay.
And now you should not go and exceed 2 years.
2 years. So that way you forfeit your membership.
You definitely forfeit unless there's a comparison or ground. Why?
Let us see. Over to me, I join here because we have an interesting topic. This one, it is of a view that Nana is trying to give us some common advice. Be a boy in Ohio Crown John can be brave, but there are certain to be why we should refrain from it and then make sure say whilst we are going to do your certain applications now say we be to renew, no, maybe there could be some questions maybe put before you. You traveled, how many days you spent, how many years you spent. Nina no to me will be a UK border, there are no stamp inside. But all corner stamp into your honor and anaka say any bad, but we should be cautious about doing that. And to be my join here. Now you share the issue on the general requirement for settlements.
Oh, so no put na make the general requirement basically means say one registration criteria no period no should not exceed more than 180.
Okay.
2 no so no you should pass the life in UK test. The 3 one so you should have passed English language test B1. So that's the general requirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see which work visa route will lead to settlement. They are not lead to settlement.
Yes, so when you say visas na one money na wodin. And most of times no work visas no and na the amount of fabe adwuma. And it say wo fa no say wo ba. Now jina oba so enya okrata no doesn't fall under work visa.
Okay.
It's for an family route. What you say? So we are talking about work visa route. That one, some of them that lead to settlement. So if you want to settle in the UK in future now, then you have to be careful. Visa won't say visa does it lead to it now. So with your question, say which work visa route lead to settlement now, as we said, settlement or indefinite leave to remain is often the end goal for many immigration applicants. Right, but not all the visa route lead to settlement. So some of the route now lead to settlement. Visa route one skilled worker it lead to settlement. 2 international sports person it lead to settlement. 3 innovative funder it lead to settlement. 4 scale up it lead to first settlement. 5 Tier 2 Minister of Region, elite to settlement. Global talent, elite to settlement. Accessory, elite to settlement. Representative of an overseas business, elite to settlement. Tier 1 entrepreneurship, elite to settlement. Tier 2 investor, elite to settlement. This route leads to settlement.
All right, so you come into different manifold.
Yes.
All right, let me pick this caller. Hello.
Yeah, Kobo.
That's it.
Pacho, yeah, lawyer man, Pacho, me tell me, Pacho, me question me no, Pacho, me won't call up, my own for Roman, Omania, 7 years. No, first starting, make my free wave. And I said, secondly, maybe me 10 years. Indefinitely, make my free wave. The Pacho must me, you know,
yeah, that's it. Nana says, okay, where are you?
So, onya 7 years, which me a few waiver. Once we chat 10 years, which me say a few waiver. Once I na anu yino a back yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, simple.
Simple, yes.
Okay. The answer say yes. Indeed. No. Then actually the work route ability to set myself a kind.
So on na me kind. There me boss nyina ability to settlement. But only problem. But some of the routes so it doesn't lead to settlement. Some of the routes so it doesn't lead to settlement. And sin Americans
they now for say lead to settlement.
They lead to settlement no one seasonal worker visa.
Okay.
Seasonal worker visa. It doesn't lead to settlement. Eduba could do kaswa no have to ask call your friend Cape Coast. And as a Winneba.
Okay.
It doesn't lead to settlement.
Okay.
You can switch before you get to the settlement.
Oh, okay.
The other also to a graduate visa. Honestly, it doesn't lead to settlement. After a year amount 2 years, you ask yourself what next if you want to settle. So you have to find another way to switch again. Okay. It doesn't lead to settlement. We have temporary work visa, such as the creative worker visa. It doesn't lead to settlement.
Okay.
We have charity worker visa. It doesn't lead to settlement. We have religious worker visa. It doesn't lead to settlement. We have youth mobility visa. It doesn't lead to settlement. We have global business mobility. It doesn't lead to settlement. We have UK expansion worker visa. It doesn't lead to settlement. And we have high potential individual visa. It doesn't lead to settlement.
Okay. So this one's unless you switch.
Some of them you cannot switch.
Okay, yeah, that definitely.
Some of them you cannot switch. You can extend.
You can extend.
Some of them you cannot extend. You can switch. But irrespective of whether you can switch or not, it doesn't lead to settlement.
Okay.
It is a yampamatane shawa. Esa o hwe se kotoku wo ho a wo do betumi do sa hye wo do sika hye.
Okay.
Se kotoku ni ho pe na che sa o ya hye makaba. Na se ototo ho fo.
Okay.
Because according to na ewie nti na me starting from say according to na wenyi na wo bota bi wo ani so. Say me ba no ma bedu.
Okay.
Say wo ba no bedu dia ka na ye de wo tena mu e ba bi sa say ka na e ko bebi a me pese me kona na.
Okay.
Anaze bedu ha na say me sesa. Masa kofa another car. Me sesa me fa another car. Say sa dia na wo pese wo fa no tot dia. Na say prepare wa adwen say there's a lot of risks involved, financial commitment involved, time wasting involved.
Okay. Now I'm for colleague now. Engineer ma'am. Hello.
Hello, Val. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Pacho.
Pacho Kofi nie.
Kofi, into.
Good afternoon, lawyer.
Good afternoon.
My first question is, me nua baby enya sponsorship no pay charity. Your friend is saying charity. Very fit, my friend.
Now, charity groups ni biana.
Ope charity groups ni binanka or washi so benya sponsorship. But your first question is, how does she go about it? The second question is, Ninyami, now when you're 2.5 no, for the first time and you want to switch, what is the earliest year which you are switching? And what do you need get out of the switching to the 5-year route? That's it.
Jinaso, Mr. Kufina, Mr. questions.
Okay.
Hello? Your first question, what say, when you are baby in your sponsorship?
Sorry, open sponsorship.
So open sponsorship, because first one, because when you are sponsorship, and so open sponsorship there for charity, there, Uncle Google. They are not, we have about more than 700,000 charities in UK.
Okay.
I don't have the list here now.
You know the website
or Uncle Google.
Google, no.
Because, yes. And now
charity organizations.
Yes.
Charity organizations.
Yes. Open so wait me from me probably Monday. I can give you enough. A bit to say a friend Red Cross. Salvation Army.
Okay.
There are a lot. There are a lot. On over apply. Now one more offer. If if they're okay, then they'll give you the sponsorship. Okay. Now, why? In this case, you apply and charity worker visa.
Okay.
Yes. And with regard to the 2.5 now, when you know, besides say, so switching when and I don't know. Quite so now fast when you 2.5.
Private life route.
Private life route. Untimin switch. 5 years route.
Oh, sir.
Yes, sir. Ujina obaso dia. Ana se ujina oyereso. Ina udunya 2.5 ne dia. Because unya 2.5 no. Echere se we meet eligibility requirement, i.e. financial requirement, ana English requirement. Enti se wenya 2.5 years. Na fe wenya na wo de aye adwuma na be wudi a na sese no wo start ye adwuma dia wo betumi aye sa English test no e na wo pay slips and answer your financial way no meet here, then you can switch from 10 years route to 5 years route. But with your own no private life na kese what na come 20 years me boa. Yes or no Untimi switch Emma 5 years route. Ubeda so sa. The only thing I obet me, the only option na obet me available obet me switching say just switch call health and care. What's na kwaje COS. And in this case no yen so our first 2.5 na she. Afi na osan ko start for minimum age as I say over ko pay health and care.
Okay.
Yes, but so that private life route so for 20 years in it, and then you can switch. Renew 4 times. 2.5. 10 years.
Okay.
Why?
Okay. Hey, and the lawyer, no, man is advice, no. Then she must have made a mistake.
Well, based on the information,
I said 3 months to switch.
3 months.
Actually.
Also, what 3 months to switch in what sense?
Say minyak within 3 months, no, make me switch it to the 5-year route.
No, the thing is that according to the immigration rule, no, say your amount 2.5 now. Now, if you are eligible to switch now, switch it within 2 days anas 3 months nemo ebewu a oba be renew no wa switch na ne nyina afem. In this case no wo de no untimi switch because a private life 20 years.
Okay.
Enti no wo switch a one wo application no fee na wo kotua ma ya fair the UK are buying. Omeka say wo application ye invalid, you don't qualify. And your money too will not be refunded to you. Intina make say gina so because I want further information from you. Now say what confirm say you acquire the 2.5 true private life under 20 years long resident in India. You don't qualify to switch.
Okay. Okay, lawyer.
Now who switch on what basis? One so now gina for the switch, that's the thing.
I'm not say and committee me I switch on a partner basis.
Partner say
It's
partner na wa ware afi na wa ware another.
Partner no dey menene wo ho we are living together.
We living together no nti aden na 20 years now ba be ye no wan gina partner no so anye if you qualify.
Okay. But what so I say? Yeah, you are
yes,
right.
because if you have been here for 20 years now you have a partner. Partner no say aki to married. And the requirement is say as say on a net for 2 years. Say kura na mra say you don't need to live with the person for physically 2 years. Ubetumi atana baby onu so atana baby. Na mo no you have to demonstrate say mo ishemu say mbese ware. Right? And no ade na won't me engine on so no amfan ye. Ina mo call private life say uni kunu uni yere. No atana krumu oba krumu ha 20 years. Now samba krumu has o samba say
na lawyer yam fan say on the time of my application no na me is single. But after the application maybe your partner so
what be your partner ware
between a year or two no maybe your partner and Saminya decision now what can I do?
This is a rare case. It's very, very rare.
Because your family say I did the application when I was single, but then by the time I got the decision, no, I've had a partner.
Who partner that crata now?
Okuta British.
Can you demonstrate to say, oh no partner no? Because at the time I wear your application, unim family telephone number. I think said that will help.
I show you.
Oh no money is 077
077
357
357
2905
2905.
Yeah.
Okay, 077 37
077 357 72905
72905.
Yeah.
I show you.
Wow.
That's it. I am a fro.
Okay,
That's it.
that's
Yo, so interesting. There are a lot of technicality, and you know, of Obana Obevia, because and you straightforward as he thinks. Where say Obia to far, we assume say a lawyer. Ubekumukana, Ebia, and a lawyer, Obetmaya, Minka pocket lawyer, Obetmaba say agent, Obetmaba say, or we have we be. And you know, I don't want to go there. But oba ni yahwe mu yi na fa yahwe kwan kwa be fa so we have to help her because a balance now we have to look at the financial threshold financial threshold 29,000 English requirement all these things so you have to meet it. Life in your friend 20 years private life you don't need to meet it. What you need to demonstrate is that you have been continuously for 20 years.
Okay.
So all these things waive out. So if you want to come back, say after you switch it there, then you have to meet the rules.
The rules, okay.
It's
difficult.
Well, until I make us omra.
Ni when you are working and you are collecting 29,000.
Maybe I saw bano your friend.
So bano what mu Jacoba.
Oh yes, so Obana juma na yokun awie so a ye behwe but a little bit your friend gray area complicated. Yes, enti nia yere kan say adofo mo da mo ase say mo nyamre etie na mo visa biara ukura work visa route bia bisa ho say e de wo beko wo benya asetran afebo ana say eyade a emfa nko it does not lead you to settlement. It says amri wo start yes wo be ye ho adwuma wo start say wo be ye ho adwuma pa ansa na mre na yeden aso enti yen hye no so me telephone number no e 077 37 57 2905 077 37 57 2905 okura indefinite settlement is not an indefinite. Say who exceed 2 years under the UK immigration rule. Say who exceed 5 years under EU settlement scheme, you can fulfill it. Okay. And the ancient also send a bear emfa no moon cra emfa no moon. Nyamishra munina.
Nyamishra papa. Lawyer na mo anything can listen but yen can't you be any what we have friend lawyer na mo na only na share we book appointment like I said consultation fee and so on. Yeah, that must